Hey, what's up guys? My name is Anand and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Google Ads AI Max campaign. So this is a new feature that Google has introduced. Just like Performance Max, they have now introduced AI Max for search campaign. So it's basically search campaign with AI on top of it, right? Now, I want to walk you through all the different features, functionalities, new things, updates, pros and cons, statistics, rollout, roadmap, and all the cool things that's coming out of the AI Max. So let's get started. All right, the first one is it's basically only applicable for a search campaign, right? It will be inside any search campaign, and they are going to launch it by end of May in early beta or something like that. Now, it's going to look something like this, where when you set up the search campaign, you will have an option that says optimize your search campaign for with AI Max, and then it's going to provide like few options like text customization, URL expansion, ad group level location targeting, which I'll get into a bit. But that's basically the overall functionality, which is enabling it with AI Max, right? Now, what exactly it is, it's basically a boost switch which activates three functionalities inside Search Campaign, right? And it's going to bridge the gap between manual keyword campaign and a fully Performance Max. So somewhere in between, that's the main goal. Because with Performance Max, if you have ran, you know that you don't have much control in terms of the keywords and bidding, and I mean you do have control over bidding, but you don't have full visibility. But with search campaign, you actually control like which keywords goes under each ad group, and you can create a nice structure around your overall ad account, right? In terms of performance claims, what Google is saying is that early adopters have seen 14% increase in conversions and 27% improvement, from solely like still relying on like exact phrase keywords, right? So they are seeing like significant improvements. And as I said, it's a switch that you enable, and it's going to give you keywordless targeting options, right? That's another term that they're throwing around, which is keywordless targeting. Now, I will get into a bit in terms of like how it's going to work, but it's basically, Google will try to identify intent signals, and even if you have not added a keyword in your campaign, Google will know that the intent matches based on the audience signals, the targeting, the ad copy, and it will still show your ads, right? That's basically what keywordless targeting that Google is proposing. Now, core features, as I said, search term matching. So combine broad match with keywordless, as I mentioned. URL semantics to find new high intent queries. Exact and phrase keywords still, outrank AI generated matches, maintaining brand control. It's going to give you asset optimization. So as you know, Google Ads already has this asset creation functionality where it will create headlines and descriptions based on your initial seed information. So it's going to continue to provide that, but it's going to really extract out all of that data from a landing page, and it's going to create real-time assets. So that's something new in terms of AI Max, right? Then the third functionality is final URL expansion. So AI Max or AI will choose the most relevant landing page on your site for each query to reduce bounce rates and lift conversion rates. So again, this is a pretty good option where you have a pretty large brand, a lot of pages, a lot of categories. But if you are running a single page or single landing page funnel, then final URL expansion is not going to be applicable for you. All right, how does that stack up with Performance Max and dynamic search ads? Well, if you think about the core features, right? For example, inventory, right? AI Max is search only, Performance Max is search plus display plus YouTube, and then dynamic search ads or DSA is search only, right? In terms of creative, eh, Google will focus on only text with AI Max. With Performance Max, you can add an image or video, and then again with dynamic search ads, it's text only. Keyword control, yes, you can have exact phrase and broad. With in terms of Performance Max, you still can provide keyword signals in under audience signal, but you don't have a lot of like control in terms of like, hey, show an ad only when someone searches for XYZ terms, right? And then with dynamic search ads, you don't have any control. Landing page flexibility, you can enable this final URL expansion. Yes, it's optional. Then you can even, with Performance Max, you can do that. I believe there is an option to exclude out of that as well. I'm not sure why it's like dynamic, but anyways. And then conversion uplift, again, this is purely statistical. It depends on like which industry you are, but AI Max can give you up to 14% increase. Performance Max 18%, which I don't believe, and dynamic search ads 15% in terms of uplift in conversions. So as I mentioned earlier, early results are like 18% increase in conversion lift, average 14% gain, and then higher uplift for campaigns previously limited to exact phrase match keywords. Now, as I said, to enable this, it's super easy. Enable AI Max as a checkbox or a toggle button when you're setting up your existing search campaign. Review your keyword strategy, and configure asset generation. You can opt into text generation. Consider leaving final URL expansion off if you use single page funnel, as I mentioned, and then provide creative seeds like like 10 headlines and 4 descriptions so that Google Ads can create more for the AI Max, right? And then you can set smart bidding, for example, maintaining target CPA or return on ad spend, and then obviously monitor performance. So that way you can actually compare, what if a search campaign has AI Max and if it does not have, what kind of uplift you're getting in terms of click-through rate and conversions. So that's in terms of checklist. Best practices, I would say, because it's heavily dependent on your initial assets, seed keywords, and landing page, focus on on-page content, right? Improve your on-page copy and structure data, since AI parses landing page for intent signals. Use ad customizers, implement price and inventory customizers to keep AI written ads accurate and timely. Provide audience signal, which is very important. For example, remarketing list and demographics to accelerate learning, so that they can understand, or Google can understand, the intent. And then pair with Performance Max. I mean, obviously, search with AI Max can focus on search campaign, and Performance Max will give you exposure in YouTube, Discovery, Gmail. So I think there is a nice play over there where you can have best of both worlds. So I would say give it a shot, right? And then in terms of pros and cons of AI Max, again, as I said, the advantage is 14 to 27% lift, preserves familiar keywords and negative controls, which is fantastic. You can still review the search terms report and identify which ones are not working and add it as negative. Now, I want to quickly digress a bit. If you are interested in an AI focused search terms analysis, I have a tool that I have built, which is called as Markups. It will automatically review all your keywords, and it will tell you which keywords you need to add as negative and which ones you need to add as positive in your campaign. Take a look. I will add a link in the description. Anyways, you still have granular headline to query reporting available, which is a new functionality that Google AI Max is going to provide, and it's a one-click activation. In terms of trade-off, broader reach, so there is a potential for additional spend. The generated copy may breach compliance rules, so manual review is very important. API integration, I'm not sure about that yet. It still needs to be rolled out. And then limitations and watchouts, brand safety settings is important, so that way you can tighten in for like sensitive industries. Some keywordless matches are still aggregated in reports, limiting full transparency, and then offline conversion imports must be configured. Otherwise, AI may optimize, total towards like shallow signals. So that's again an important thing to keep in mind. Okay, this is the roadmap. Forget about the API, but overall, end of May to August is what we are looking at in terms of rollout. They are going to expand this creative expansion as well, and then expect AI Max style controls to appear in like search ads shown within AI overview results. So again, that's something to also keep in mind. All right, these are some statistics. As I mentioned, AI Max on an average 14% lift, AI Max with exact phrase heavy 27 lift, and then we have broad match with smart bidding 35% lift, and then Performance Max 18% lift. Again, these are completely dependent on industry and the type of service and the products that you sell. All right, so that's pretty much it. And again, this information is still very new. Obviously, Google is coming with lots of new functionalities day by day. So I will keep you posted on how this goes. As soon as I have access to this functionality, I'm going to try it out. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you next time. Thank you.